Hey, long time no see. This is a collective reading for the earth signs. Right away, even before I hit record, I was, just connecting, shuffling the cards, and I had one card popped out, and it is turned over. I haven't looked at it yet. Just wanted to say, hey, this is for the earth signs. So Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, sun, moon, and rising. This should be for you. If it resonates, cool. If it does not, also cool. Thank you for your time. My cat's protesting here in the corner. Alright, so I have some cards in here that kind of split up the deck. This makes me feel like you, and this is for you, all of you. I feel like you're reflecting on previous stages or chapters of your life and just kind of experiencing and witnessing them like a flashback over again, but then also too in a way of stacking them up, looking how many achievements or different lifestyles you have led and how that turned into where you are today. So it's almost like a very reflective time. So a card that I left flipped over is the Knight of Rods. Let's see if I can get him in here. Ka-chow, 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 ka-chow. Okay, so with rods is to do with the soul and the passion, because it is the suit of fire, which is directly opposite from Earth, fellow Taurus here. And this is interesting because the other card that popped out is the Six of Rods, so it's almost like looking back at those chapters, it sometimes kind of gets you into a daydream, but it also reminds you of who's on that journey with you. As you can see, they are doing it together. Maybe if I do one of these makeup curly things, it'll work. And with the Knight of Rods, okay, so I had to switch them. This is what it looks like though, facing down the way I see them. So they're actually facing away from each other, which I find just so beautiful and how they relate to each other. There's so much appreciation you have, but then just so much abundance as well. And it's almost like this Knight of Rods here is your inner self kind of looking out, being whoa, we did that thing, not only did we do that thing, but we did it the way that we wanted to do it. That was important here for that, because I'm just missing something here, and I just want to make sure that I have it. Okay. And all these healings are coming at a time where you're ready to take a journey, but it's not just going on a trip or traveling or obviously, yeah, it is for those things, but it's also about getting a new experience of life, seeing things from a different culture, from literally a different perspective, literally a different scenery that you haven't seen before at all. And for some of their signs too, this could be about, and again, just to recap really quick, this is the Knight of Rods I'm talking about. This also could do with some of you. Mainly, I feel like the Capricorns and Virgos out here are definitely going to be the ones who are moving. You're either moving from a, fast-paced, congested environment to something more rural, or vice versa. It's definitely a change of pace, and literally pace, because physically, like, it's going to change the way you move around, than what you're used to. Maybe like not having a car, using public transit. Maybe you're at a more walkable area. Things like that are going to be coming to you. And then with the Six of Rods, and just like appreciating the people who've come there with you, but it's also those people recognizing you for that journey. And I feel like some of these people have taken the same path as you. So you kind of, not only are they your friends, but they're like people whose words and, excuse me, opinions you really, really, really value. So it's not just like, I don't know, like some like formality thing of like, oh, congratulations. Like, no, like this is like somebody that hits right here, right to the chest, who really makes you feel seen. And this is also something that is to come for those folks who are like moving into a new scenario, like living scenario. You're gonna feel that triumph at like, oh, it's all over, and like this is what I'm meant to be doing. This is where I'm meant to be, type of energy. And I want to see what else will come up here, because this is a lot of fire, and it's a direct opposite to Earth. So maybe those folks who have, more fire energy, like in their charts or around them, that could also be an indicator that this is for you. And you just never know with these things, Like I've said it before in my other videos, it's hard to tell if it's like past, present, future, or all happening at once if time is a flat circle. So usually it's the latter. Just a big shuffle there for the earth signs. Earth signs. Let's see what we got. Ooh, twofer. Wow, okay, this is just like Five of Cups season. This is like the billionth time this card has come up. And it came out with also the Four of Rods. So once again, still very heavy on that fire energy. But at least we got some cups, because cups have to do with water and emotion. But one of my favorite analogies that I used to say a lot, sometimes still say a lot, that, fire rises in air, and water runs through the earth. So there's definitely a correlation between the way water signs operate with earth signs. And sorry, the cards are talking to me now. I don't know what that accent was either, but they're talking to me now. Four of Rods and Five of Cups. It's so weird to have such like a happy like success card with, the sadness and trying to find that other thing to look at. It's almost like, in a lot of ways, you got everything you wished for, and you got like all your loved ones with you on that glow up. But at the same time, it kind of took something from you. And for a lot of people, these two cups right here mean they have like another success coming in, or they need to look at it from a new perspective. For you guys, it's literally like, it's not like you have a hidden surprise waiting, sadly. These two cups are what people see, and this is what's going on in the inside. So this is very much about what's going on in the heart, very much about what's going on in the heart, because outside life is very idyllic, but internally, while all this has happened or is going on, it's been hard. You know, just because you carry it doesn't mean it's not heavy. And I want to look into the Four of Rods real quick just to see what jumps out at me, because I feel like there could be more to it that I'm not getting right away. Yeah, so this is like also, even though we started at the, well, from here, the previous card was the Six of Rods, and now this is fourth. So it seems like we're going backwards, but it's almost like we're seeing a succession here of what's to come, because it's like you get this recognition from people you love and that are around you and are on the same or adjacent life paths as you. And then there is you, you know, just having that camaraderie and working towards a common goal with everybody. For those of you moving, that has to do with like your roommates or the living situation you're getting in, everybody that you're going to live with or live around. Super cool. Super cool. We'll definitely be with you, very much like this. I almost said this little guy. Yeah, whatever. This little guy right here. And what's cool about it too is that even when you're solo doing all these passions, he's still right there. I'm kind of too close, but you get what I'm saying? He's right there. Even following your passions, that camaraderie, having that sense of community and people around you who like get you for who you are, you know, they're definitely here too and working with you, but you still feel this loss. And it's almost like you feel that your efforts are rewarded, but in like little pieces. And that's what's getting you to feel this way. So yeah, like you have your rewards and a lot of them are fulfilled in the grand way that you wanted them to be, but there's still some of them here that, you know, aren't living, not aren't living up to it, but it's almost like you're almost like going through like a false jump of a roller coaster team each time. So it's like, you know, that excitement, but then that drop down again of, you know, you're not going up, you're back where you were, and then it's happening all over again type of thing. And this has to directly do with work, unfortunately. Even if you like your coworkers and stuff like that, the dissatisfaction from like the day-to-day tasks that you are doing reeking off of you to your loved ones that are close to you, like some of them who you've talked to. Maybe that's what these two cups are for some of you. Those two people that are close to you and you talk to them about these particular issues. Very guarded with these issues. If you're the person going through this work dissatisfaction with the day-to-day task you're doing, you definitely have only two fucking people that you talk to about the situation, because you don't want it getting out. You still want this image of like success there, which is good because you don't know who's watching, and rightfully so. But for others of you, you're just in that rut alone, you know, just sweltering. Find the two people. Find the two things or two people that, you know, level you again, that you can talk to and trust to about this. And don't let this disappointment fester any more than it has to. Honor your feelings and let them go, or you will lash out at people in your home, or people around you, your community that you call home. You're going to lash out at them. You're going to push them away. You don't want to do that. And now I'm getting called to just like messily destroy the deck right now. Here, let me see if I can move to see. Sorry, I don't have like my tripod handy, but if you just look at that, what I'm doing here, I'm just kind of, destroying it. Destroying my little pile. And I feel like these two. Ooh, okay. So these are the first two major arcana cards that have been happening in this reading. And I'm also noticing that it's going 2 by 2. So we started with 2, then we had 4, and now we have 6. And that is the Devil card and the Tower. So it's almost like that anger, that true nature that you have. Again, for the earth signs, sun, moon, and rising, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgos. It's almost like you're afraid of it controlling you when it really doesn't. And you're waiting for that breakthrough of like, I'm going to change. I'm going to break that habit of lashing out at everybody. And you will. And for those of you who don't have the 2 cups or the 2 people that you talk to, or the 2 things that you do to like help clear your head, please find them. For real. Please find them. Please find them. Please find them. Please find them, because nothing's wrong with you. And that's the big realization with this, is nothing's wrong with you. And embracing this nature of the Devil card, your true self, the side of you that, has empathy with boundaries. As some people might call you, like, not so Mr. Nice Guy type of thing. Like, the people who hate on you for having boundaries because they were benefiting from you not having that boundary type of a feeling here. And it feels for like some folks, I feel like, especially for the Tauruses and Virgos right now, that's happening internally. It's almost like you've divided yourself here. You divided yourself into like this natural self, who you are, and then this enlightened person that keeps having breakthroughs. Like, you have to realize these 2 sides of you are the same thing. And it's very interesting how they're going, because they go 2 by 2, the cards right now. So it's 2, 2, 2, 2. So 3 pairs. And it literally, if you cut them in half, it it's literally like 2 sides of your mind right now. And I feel like learning how to integrate that and to get it to be like one solid thing would be huge for you. Again, that felt very specific to Taurus and Virgos. Sun, moon, rising still applies. But if you're the Capricorn feeling this, then like, claim it, honey. It's the earth sign reading, okay? But seriously, stop thinking of yourself as these 2 separate things, because you're both. Even if you become who you are at work, or who you are in the bathroom when you're scrolling on your phone, or who are you to your dog, to your parents, to your friend group that you see like 3 times a year. There's all different versions of you that are perceived by other people, and you're in control of that. So you might look at that and be like, oh my god, like, I'm acting so different, or like, this group does this hobby, this group does this group does that, and I'm this Anna there, or I'm that Annabella there, that type of thing. But it's like, no, that's not you pretending. Like, all of those are you. And you have to remember to go back to who you are. Which is funny because I am a Taurus and that keeps coming up for me as well. To remind yourself to find the things that make you feel like you. And I do feel the connection dimming a little bit earlier than the other videos. But two more cards. Excuse me. I have two more cards. And one of them is definitely the takeaway card, the famous takeaway card. We'll get to that in a second, which is the third major arcana. And I believe this feels like that's on the right side of yourself if you're dividing it by two, you know, from your perspective watching this. And the other side is the left. And for those of you guys who don't relate to that, like, integration back to your core self thing, I feel like you're viewing this as two different choices you can make, or two different paths you can go, or two ways a situation could end, or end up for you. And so the takeaway card is on the right, and the one we're going to start with is on the left. And that is the Three of Pentacles. Finally, Pentacles. Pentacles is the suit for Earth. So it has to do with money, material values, real estate, work, things of that nature. And as you can see, he's literally learning right here, which is special of the Three Pentacles because it indicates that there's going to be great recognition for a skill that you do. Particularly to those trade folks out there. You know, if you do something special with your hands, you're definitely going to be honing in on something about that. Some of you, I see clay, I see wood, and I see like construction, like building, but then also like stonework. So if some of you guys are in that field, that's definitely for you. But even if you're white collar and you're allowed to get a little creative, I can see that as well, of you like picking a certain title, or a certain, not a certain, or like a new role that you're kind of carving out yourself, it seems like. Keep doing it. You're being recognized for it, and you will be rewarded for it. And what's so special too about the Three of Pentacles is obviously three. There's a reason why that number repeats everywhere. They have to do with the three main energy points, hence why we also go, you know, Father, Son, Holy Spirit, Amen. Same reason we do that is because it aligns the three most important energy points, which is the heart, the throat, and the third eye. Because without those, we wouldn't be able to connect ourselves to the divine, like so, to the crown and up. And how that relates with the pentacles and the symbolism of this card is that it takes all of those things, like the whole notion of like blood, sweat, and tears. It's kind of like that. Like that's another analogy for it, that all of that work will turn into the final product, and it will be glorious, you know? It'll be uniquely you and what you do. And a lot of this will bring more opportunity for some of you guys too. It could even be like a business or a new side hustle, or like passive income, side income, triple income. It definitely feels like that. And for a lot of you guys, the ones who are making this into a business or like another means to make money, this is very much a bit like going to be your baby. So take care of it as such, is what I heard. Take care of it as such. Take care of it as the baby that it is, okay? Because that's very, very, very important for this to work. You could be renowned for this, and you really, 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 really need to give it the time and attention that it deserves. just like a little baby. Honk shoe. I'm getting tired. And then we have the card on the right, Temperance, which is the final major arcana card we got. And once again, this is big symbology for integration of, you know, perfect synergy between the self. And what I love about this deck too is that it's kind of hard to see, but you would see that she's pouring water from one cup into another cup. And right by her hand, you can see like that purple square. Again, so sorry, it's really hard to show it on this camera, but it is a tiny triangle, which once again has to do with those 3 points. So it's almost like a very full circle thing here of not only like respecting and appreciating, but being devoted to your inner divinity here and your connection to your power and your energy and how that propels you to move forward. I'm going to check in the book really quick about that, just so to make sure I can give you everything that you need in this takeaway card. Because just if this is your first time tuning in, because this is your earth sign and you're here, the takeaway card is like the final card in the reading. So if you can't like remember all of this, or if you just don't want to go back and watch it type of thing, you can just focus on the takeaway card, which is Temperance. Okay, so, and I've been talking about Temperance for like the last couple of seconds to a minute. Boom. If you're watching back. Let me just find it in here so certain things will pop out to me. Here she is. Yes. Ooh, okay, so this is something I'm surprised that came up, because a lot of people interpret Temperance just to be about the integration thing, because it is. It's all about, you know, fusion and organizing both sides of the minds, actually, too, like logic versus intuition, you know, left brain versus right brain. It's all about that stuff. But it's also a lot because it's a lot to show up for yourself in that way, especially right now, while you want to make these things take off the way that they have been, while carrying the 5 of Cups, you know, that hidden hurt. That's a lot. I feel like, to be back on target here, the one meaning of this that people don't really get, and that I'm getting now, is reconciliation. Sorry, I'm so tired. Like, to be that to reconcile. So it seems like somebody will come back in and you'll hash out this old wound, and they'll be back there for you. You could be reconciling with your current situation or what is to come. For a lot of us, I feel like it is to what is to come, especially with that Tower card being so close to Temperance. And I'll show the cards because this is pretty much the end, but Temperance is also a sign of how you're gonna overcome all that. Any strife or growing pains or fear of the unknown, or just feeling uncomfortable with where you're at, you know, all that work is going to pay off. All that hurt is going to pay off. And I hate saying it that way, but it's true. Like, sometimes to uproot your life in this way to be successful and to follow what your soul wants, you know, it hurts. It hurts, and that's okay. Just remember to find those people that to support you and that will listen to you. Remember to integrate with yourself. Remember not to divide yourself too much. Temperance, temperance, temperance. temperance, temperance, temperance. Okay, and here is the spread. Ka-chow. Thank you, Earth signs. I hope you enjoyed this. This was awesome. Also super helpful for me. Hashtag Earth sign gang. I'm very, very tired. Happy Memorial Day. Thank you and good night.